welcome back to Rays of Tarot, and welcome if you are new, which a lot of you are, because my subscribers have just been exploding over the past couple weeks, so thank you so much for the love. Really glad to know that you're enjoying and that's resonating and everything. But yes, without too much webble-dabble from my side, I don't even know if that's an expression in English. Anyways, today's pick a pile, we are going to look into a couple things. So first, for each pile, we're going to look into some pre-shuffled oracles that I have for you guys that will tell us a little bit about the first impressions that your person had about you. So like either about when you first met or the first time that you talked. This could be, of course, like look in different ways for everyone. And then we're going to move into the tarot with your person's actual current thoughts and feelings about you. Okay, so we will look into then versus now in terms of like their impressions, their thoughts, their feelings, their just their general energy, I figure. These are timeless readings, so they should be good for whenever it is that you find them. And honestly, I have been on YouTube, on like the YouTube tarot community for like 3 months now, and I have already gotten tired of seeing the usual disclaimers, because to me, honestly, they're just pretty straightforward and pretty self-explanatory, but apparently some people don't get that yet. So I have decided that for the sake of everyone involved, I would just type down like word by word all the disclaimers and put them in the description box as well as in the pinned comment every single time that I'm going to upload a video. And for the video itself, I'm just going to limit myself to say, if you're not able to use your own discernment, then you should probably not be watching collective tarot readings on YouTube. And the people who understand will be like, yeah, duh, of course. And for the other people who will feel a little bit annoyed by that statement and who will click off, then I guess mission accomplished. Okay, so today there will also be a very exciting, extended reading on Vimeo. The link will of course be down below in the description and in the pinned comment. And what we're going to do in the extended is looking into your person's 18 plus thoughts, feelings, desires, fantasies, and everything about you at this time. Okay, so we will look into all the juicy details, and I'm really excited because I got what is it, like the tarot sexual magic. So I'm very excited to go into that. First time that I'm offering that kind of reading, and I'm not doing it on YouTube for obvious reasons, because you know things can get a little explicit. I will try my best to behave even if it's on Vimeo, but you know, I don't know what will come out. Of course, that's the fun with tarot. You never know what will come out. Either way, for the piles today, we have 3 different piles to pick from. As per usual, more than normal to feel called to more than one pile. So feel free to check them out, check out multiple if you feel to. We have the Prism Tarot for pile number 1, and instead of classical crystals, I would spice it up a little bit today with these little cute potion necklaces. And of course the lighting is not collaborating at this time, but this is, what is it called? Oh my god, it's Madagascar pink quartz, okay? And they're called potion necklaces. Oh my god, there's a hair there. They're called potion necklaces because you can actually open them and put like little essential oils in there or something, little potions. Anyways, that's for pile 1. This little Madagascar rose quartz. As everything, there will be a link down below to my Etsy shop where you can find these gorgeous, cute little necklaces. For pile 2, we have the True Heart Intuitive Tarot with this raw citrine potion necklace. And for pile number 3, we have the Modern Witch Tarot with this gorgeous Amazonite little potion necklace. Okay, so that's it for the piles. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on your pile. Hi, pile 1. If you chose this beautiful rose Madagascar quartz potion necklace as well as the Prism Tarot, this is going to be a reading, and I'm honestly so excited. I know I say this all the time, but that's just, you know, that's why I'm doing this work in the first place, but I'm so excited to get back into it as I haven't filmed in a while since I was a little bit under the weather, and I usually film over the weekend since I'm busy with other things. during the week, and I wasn't able to film, and I was so sad. And I'm just really freaking glad that I get to be back to this. But yes, in case you skipped the intro, I'm going to explain just real quick again what we're going to do. So the first part of this reading is going to be these pre-shuffled oracles that I have here for you, and these are going to indicate essentially your person's energy towards you. So their thoughts, their feelings, their just impressions in general. The first time that they met you, this could be the first time that they talked to you if it was online. This could be literally just like when you guys physically met for the first time. It doesn't matter. You should be able to use your own discernment about that. And then afterwards with the tarot, we're going to look into their current feelings, thoughts, and impressions towards you at this time. Again, these are timeless readings, so they should be good for whenever it is that you find them. And then afterwards in the extended, we are going to look into all the juicy details about their sexual thoughts and feelings and desires and fantasies and everything, just like their energy around that type of things. So I'm very excited for that. But yes, without further ado, let's see what we have here for you. So first we have the element of Earth with Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. We have House 7 or 7th house with profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. We have Health with I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. We have I offer words of good intent. Then we have number 10 with Can't Be Caught. And last but not least, we have Reaction in Reverse. Now, I usually don't take, I don't really take oracles in reverse, but this one really strongly wanted to come out in reverse, and I feel like it's very significant for a very specific reason, by the way. Because honestly, I do think that this person, when you guys first met, or like I do feel like this is some type of physical meeting, but it doesn't have to be. If you guys met for the first time online, this definitely could be the case. But I do feel like this person either saw you with someone else, or like they thought that you were in a relationship with someone else, or like indeed you were in a relationship with someone else, or you had your eye on someone else. But there's something that is definitely very clear here, that is that your attention was not on them. Or at least for how this person perceived you, like their first impression on them. This could literally have been just like the reflection of their own insecurity. But for how this person was feeling the first time that they met you, or they saw you, or they talked to you, you were not so interested in them. And this is very cute, because they were clearly very much in awe by you. They were very much, like their attention and energy was definitely a lot very much towards you. And I do feel like you either indeed were, I feel like you were looking very good. Like I do feel like this was some type of like meeting outside, potentially like on a festival or something like that, or it doesn't strictly have to be at all, but this is the vibe that I'm getting from most of you. You might have been wearing green or something that was very earthy, since we do have this earth card. There is definitely something about like flowers, about green plants, something like that. It might have even been in like a plant shop, or like, what is it called? I don't know what the word is. Like not a greenhouse. Well, it could have been a greenhouse of some sort. That would be very specific. I'm getting hippie vibes for some of you. So definitely for some of you, it might have been like a festival in which you were like particularly like very cutely, earthly dressed or something like that. Just in your zone, in your element. And I feel like you came across to this person as someone who really takes care of themselves a lot, especially of your physical body. So again, like you might have just appeared so beautiful, and so just like an earth goddess, essentially like an earth fairy or an earth goddess to them. You might have had things hanging in your hair, like braids, or you might have done your hair done in some type of special way. I do feel like for some of you, definitely you were like moving around and like sort of like dancing a little bit, like floating and fluttering around, things like that. But definitely this person feels like you were with your attention on someone else. Or if anything, if there was not like a specific person, which with this 7th house with partnerships and relationships coming out, I definitely do feel like that will be the case. But if that's not the case for you, then I feel like you were probably just with your gal pals, or like with your friends, just having fun. And you were not, this person really couldn't get a hold of you. Like they might have tried to talk to you, like they might have not even dared try too much, because you were so much in your zone, and you were so not you were not really present with them. Like, you were just doing your thing. And with this health, I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. This is not necessarily that, well, I mean, you could have been eating something that was very healthy, or like have given to this person some type of indication of the fact that you do indeed just like take care of your body just like as a whole. So like not only aesthetically, but also just in terms of you might have like an athletic physique or something, or you might have been doing handstands or things like that. Just something that indicates to this person that you're really, really grounded and earthed inside of your body, I want to say. But the main vibration that I get, that this person was really kind of almost disturbed by, and almost a little sort of like let down, sort of like disappointed, or sort of like that they weren't too happy about, that is that you were, how do I describe this? You were definitely someone who knows their worth, and who knows that they can have all the people in the world, or at least in the eyes of this person. Like, you might think like, bruh, that's not true. Like, that's not the truth at all, what the situation is like or what it was like. But this is from the perspective of your person. Let's remember that. They really saw you as someone who stands their ground, who is very like outgoing, very expressive, I want to say, like unafraid to be yourself, even like in open spaces around like a lot of people. That you're not afraid, or that you used to be not afraid, that you were someone who's not afraid to stand out in the crowd also, I want to say. And perhaps a lot of, like, it might have been, for some of you, if it wasn't something like a festival or something like that, you might have been working and a lot of people needed your attention and needed your tending and your caretaking. But fact is, with the reaction card in reverse, like, you were not really responsive to them. Like, perhaps you were in another section of theirs or something, and you were not exactly in their direct environment, or you guys were in two separate groups or something like that. I don't know. There's something about you just not even, like, you might have seen them, you might have just like given them a side eye or something like that. Like, they feel like you were aware of their existence, but you weren't paying too much attention to them. And this person felt like you were out of their league, like you were kind of like unreachable, like you were kind of just not theirs to touch. Like, like they can, I'm hearing like, you can look but not touch, or something like that. It's interesting that we have this can be caught card as well as the earth energy, because earth is of course like very grounded, very still, very stable, very solid, very very centered. But this can be caught card is all about, it's very much air energy, so it's like the opposite of air, of earth. So it's really interesting because they saw you as this juxtaposition between very free, very floating, very expressive, and very like, essentially very much like yeah, just air energy. I'm getting Gemini. Well, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius could be all of them, but mostly like did I say Dig? Sorry, I don't know why I can't talk. Whew, especially if I'm getting Gemini vibes right now. Like, you might have an air rising for some reason, like an air rising and an earth sun. Because they didn't perceive you as someone who's just very airy and vibe, but at the same time very stable, very grounded, very confident, very much in their own worth and values, and very much aware of the effect that they have on other people, I guess. I feel like this person knew that you, or like this person thought that you knew the effect that you were having on them, and that to you they were just another person in the crowd that is like, oh yeah, another one that like that has their eyes on me, of course, like I know I'm super hot and things like that. And it could be that you might have, like, for all I know, for all we know from these cards, you might have been just like very shy and very intimidated and be like, oh my god, I like this person as well, and I don't know how to talk to them or something. On the other hand, you might have indeed just been with someone else, like in a relationship with someone else that was there present, so of course all your attention was on that person. And for all that matters, for other situations for you guys, it might have just been that you literally did not notice that they were there or something like that. But yeah, this is definitely the energy that I'm getting. And just to clarify, because I'm not sure if I made it clear enough, because I feel like I repeat myself a lot, but it's just because I want to make things very clear. I guess that's a Virgo thing, over explaining. but this person was definitely very much mesmerized and enthralled and sort of like looking at you in awe, being like, oh my god, this human is absolutely gorgeous. They found you very, very gorgeous. They were very impressed by your style, by the way in which you carried and presented yourself, by the way in which you interacted with other people. Just, you guys might have like synastry between Venus and rising sign, and the rising sign, like you being the rising sign and them being the Venus sign, if that makes sense. So like if you have like, let's just saying, taking a random one, taking Taurus because it's here, like they might have like a Venus Taurus, yeah, Venus Taurus, and you might have like a Taurus rising, something like that. Yeah, I think that's all that we're getting for their first impressions about you. Now let's move on to the tarot to see what their thoughts and feelings are right now towards you, Pylori. I'm so interested because, oh my god, I'm wondering if this is the person. Oh, that was a bad shuffle. If this is the person, because sometimes it can happen that someone else comes through that you were not asking about. But if this is the person that you're asking about, then I figure that some type of developments must have occurred, because this is very interesting. Oh my god, I feel really excited. I feel really excited to see what has to come through. Back shuffle. Okay, this works. So everything is, all my decks are listed down below in case you're interested. And all my tarot decks are always thoroughly pre-shuffled, but shuffling in camera is also very nice. So there's a whole ton of shuffling going on, so the energies are pretty much neutralized and mixed, and you don't have to worry about that if you're generally worried about that. Okay, so which way do I have to hold the deck? I'm just gonna give it another shuffle. Okay, so what are Pile 1's a person's current thoughts and feelings towards Pile 1 at the time of Pile 1 finding this video, please? Pile 1's person's current thoughts and feelings, their energy towards Pile 1 at this time, please. Pile 1's person's energy towards Pile 1, please. Ooh! Okay, I'm gonna take these back. So, we have... I feel like I have to take it like this. We have the Three of Swords with Heartbreak and a Judgment. So we're just going to keep it at that. What else? Pile 1's... starting off strong, you guys. Pile 1's person's energy currently towards Pile 1, please. I'm hearing they take you very seriously, whatever that means. Like I feel like they have a lot of reverence for you, in the sense of they don't want to mess around with you. Like they have a lot of respect for you. So we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Determination. What are Pile 1's person's current thoughts and feelings about Pile 1 at this time, please? There's a cat here. As per usual. Could it be that this person is waiting, like anxiously waiting to hear something from you, or to hear something in general? Because that's what I'm kind of feeling right now. They're kind of holding their breath for some reason. And it's kind of uncomfortable. What are their thoughts and feelings at this time, please? Pile 1's person's thoughts and feelings towards Pile 1 at this time, please. Okay, so this one. Yeah, we have the Six of Swords with transition. What else? What's this person's energy towards Pile 1 at this time, please? So we have the World with its ascension. I'll take one more and then we're going to take the rest of the clarifiers. What is this person's energy towards pile 1 at this time, please? Oh no, oh no. Okay, so that's a lot of cards. I feel like I have to take this, the top one, which is Justice in reverse with balance. So Libra energy, we have more fixed energy, we have Pluto energy. So fixed energies are Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius, and Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. Take that if and as it resonates. What about, oh, we have the Magician with creation to clarify the Queen of Wands in reverse. What about the Six of Clouds, Six of Swords? We have the Five of Swords with defeat. What about the World? Pile 1's person's thoughts and feelings and energy towards pile 1 at this time. What about the World? We have the Sun with clarity. This is really interesting. What about Justice in reverse? Okay, so we have 2 more cards. On the bottom of the deck, we have Indecision with the Two of Swords in reverse. And we have, to clarify Justice in reverse, we have the High Priestess in reverse and the Page of Swords with Ambition. Okay, so stuff definitely went down here. I don't know what. For some of you, I definitely do feel like this person was heartbroken by you. I do feel like this person has gone through a lot of things. Probably if you guys were indeed just like involved with someone else, if you guys were the ones who had like a third option or something like that, I do feel like this person got a little burnt by that. And I do have the feeling that for a lot of you, you guys never even got together. And if you guys did get together in some type of way, either because you are polyamorous or because you were never like in an actual, like an established relationship with this other person, and you were just seeing each other, or if no matter what the case is, I feel like this person feels like they hadn't even had full access to you. Like they were desiring that a lot, but if they feel like it hasn't happened, and I'm telling you, okay, it's a very specific, very different energy than I ever got before, which is not strange since indeed we have so many new subscribers on the channel. So like very, just a lot of new energies coming in to be picked upon. But I feel like this person, they were first of all heartbroken by something that happened within this connection, because a lot of time I'm getting like this heartbreak card, like the Three of Swords, about things that happened outside of the connection that had nothing to do with nothing to do with the connection itself. But this heartbreak is definitely like happened within this connection. I feel like this person feel for as how they feel right now towards you. They think that they made up in their mind a version of you that was not accurate, and that the closer that they got to you, the more they saw aspects of you that they were not expecting. And honestly, this is not your fault. It's not to say that you are a shittier person than they thought that you were or something. This is just to say that this person might have indeed at the beginning just like idealized you or something, or just like put you on a pedestal, which of course is never a good idea, because when you put someone on a pedestal, you are definitely likely idealizing them and putting them just like on a distance from you, and be like, oh my god, this person is so great and so awesome, which automatically makes me feel super small and super tiny. But I feel like this is what this person did with you. They put you on a pedestal. They were like, oh my god, they're so amazing, they're so out of my league. And then when they got closer to you, when they got to know you a little bit better, they were like, oh wait, they're actually human, and they have like flaws and faults and whatnot. Because the Queen of Swords, Jesus, the Queen of, oh my god, the Queen of Wands, it's so hard when you have like clouds and lightning and things like that, because it's just very confusing when you're channeling, because you're not using your brain. It's just like things are just flowing through, and if you have to think about a word, you can be sure that it's just very hard to come up with it. Anyways, the Queen of Wands often talks about being very confident First of all, it talks about someone who's very attractive when you're like looking from the outside, essentially. But the Queen of Wands is all about like being confident and being standing strong within your own shoes, with your light and with your darkness. And I do feel like this person wasn't ready to see your darker aspect, your shadow. And you might have showed them like either emotion, or you might have showed them something that in their eyes wasn't like, you know, this picture perfect painting that they had painted within their own mind about you. And they were like, oh wait, I kind of was not expecting this, and this is not what I fell for. Because what they fell for in the first instance was an idealized picture that they thought you were, which is not what you truly were. I do feel like this person, I don't feel like there's any harsh, like, this is not immature or like bad energy at all. Like, I'm not getting sticky or like, ooh, like immature energy from this person. This is just something that this person had to go through. This is so interesting. This is a whole like timeline, honestly, almost. This is something that this person had to go through, and I feel like they're very aware of this right now. Because they chose to walk away, or not. It's not that they chose to; they had to walk away because of outside circumstances or things that happened to, I guess, this connection, or things that played a role outside of the connection, which indeed could have been like you having other options, or you being polyamorous and them not accepting that, or things like that. Just things didn't go as they were expecting them. Like, this might be someone who is, this likely is someone who is very anxious, just like has a lot of like anxious thoughts a lot of the time, who overthinks a lot. And I feel like this person had in their head made like a little plan of how things were going to go exactly, and none of that happened. Like, nothing of that just like went according to their little script, which was a way of the universe of being like, listen, you cannot control this. Like, this is reality, and this is your what you want out of reality. Like, you have to accept that this is reality. Open your eyes, my friend, and deal with what it is that you have, because you cannot keep making castles in the sand and just like making these mental plans and then being super like hurt when things don't go your way, because that's just not how it works. So the universe kind of had to give them this little like sort of like shaking them away through meeting you, I feel like, and through things not going in the way that they wanted to. To me, the Six of Swords, like, whereas the Eight of Cups is just an energy of like realizing, like, it's deciding willingly to walk away from something because you realize that it's not good for you, that it's not enough for you, that you deserve better, things like that. The Six of Swords is more like being forced, or like having no choice, of being like, okay, I have to go now because I can't stay here anymore. Or like, I have to move on because this is just not happening. Like, it's a sort of like being nudged and guided to sort of like move forward and move through something. With this World and Ascension, and honestly, like, I usually don't like going card by card because there's just so much more to like the individual cards. But like with this World and Ascension card specifically being here in this spread, I feel like this person realized it's really good that it's coming after the Six of Swords, because this person really like closed off a chapter or something. Like, they really moved on energetically, or like they leveled up, and they sort of like left all of that sort of like heartbreak and disappointment type of energy behind, because they truly managed to go through and to grow through and grow out of that situation. So I do feel like for a lot of you, you guys might right now just be in very good terms with each other. Like, for some of you, you might not be in contact at this time with this person. But for others of you, I do feel like you guys are just like friends. And perhaps like if things are a little uncomfortable, which I honestly do feel like for a lot of you will be kind of uncomfortable, kind of just like, I don't know what to do with the situation. I feel like this person is still going through the motions. Because this, of course, is very much like present energy, although it's very charged with all the processes that they've gone through. I mean, look at this. We have literally all swords cards. This is all swords cards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swords cards. What is below here? Wheel of Fortune with cycles. Yeah, and the rest is all major arcana with a chord card, like a fire chord card. We have, what is this? 6 major arcana and all swords with 1 Queen of Wands. This is insane. This person has gone through ups and downs, and they had to like crash into a wall just like head first and be like, okay, so like this is reality, and I really have to freaking like wake up and change something here about my own energy and about my own perspective and about my own my own vibration, my own place in the world and in life, and within this connection. Because honestly, this was just bound to happen to them. With this balance justice card reversed, oh yeah, this is so clear. Okay, so like this justice card in reverse is clarified by the High Priestess in reverse and the Page of Swords. So they realized indeed that things were first of all out of balance, that perhaps you either didn't like them or that you wanted different things that they wanted, or that they were just, for some of you I want to say a little bit obsessed or something, like that this person was a little bit obsessed, or that this person was a little bit definitely out of balance, a little bit out of whack. And I feel like this person has realized that. Like, they definitely have had this sort of like eye-opening, awakening, reckoning, create a clarity. Oh, wow, I just like my eyes crossed and I was about to say clarity, but I read creation. Anyways, this person definitely realized that they have to keep their energy a little bit more collected and a little bit more within themselves, with like, rather than trying to pour them all into this connection, all into you, because the way in which they were doing it was not healthy. And they are approaching this whole thing with a lot of new, fresh curiosity. This person is actually at a pretty cool place. Like, they might still be, so to say, burdened by a lot of anxiety and a lot of just things of that nature at this time, but they're not doing, like, they're not at rock bottom or anything. I feel like they have been right before this transition card, but they are definitely rising out of it. They definitely are recognizing that the way in which they were going about things, like perhaps that they were just seeing things in a not like in an optimistic, but like almost in a delusional way, and indeed that they were painting a picture that was not accurate, that was sort of like living in an abstract painting while they thought that it was like realistic art. But they're approaching this with like a new fresh sort of like new fresh bright attitude of like, okay, so what is here to discover, like what is here for me, like what is this connection. Perhaps they're awakening to the fact that you guys actually can be really good friends, and that perhaps this is just what you guys are meant to be right now, if it's just not matching and not working at this time. They're really trying to be positive for sure, and they're definitely turning their energy inwards and their attention inwards and be like, okay, so what is this teaching me? What do I get from this? Like, what is this? They might have gone like through this connection and through this like you know, disappointment and kind of like heartbreak and hurt. They might have kick-started some type of like spiritual journey for themselves, or like discovery of their inner world of some sort. Because I'm getting like a lot of like cardinal excitement, also like just a little bit spiritual type of energy, and just very young, fresh, excited energy. Like, they might just be starting to get in touch with their own intuition, or to get in touch with their own inner. The Magician is all about like manifesting things that you want, and manifesting like your reality, creating your reality using the tools that you have within yourself, and that you have all of the tools. So like the wands, the pentacles, the cups, and the swords, that it's all within you, that you have all those tools at your disposition, and you can just choose, be like, okay, so what am I going to use now? What am I going to do today with this day? What am I going to do today with myself? What is it that I want to build up? I definitely do feel like this person has taken this defeat, this hurt, this heartbreak that they have gone through, and they're starting to try to like use to make something out of it. They are definitely rising. There's so much like rising energy with this ascension. We have the sun with clarity, which to me, between all of these clouds, it's like all these clouds are sort of like clearing away from this person's head, from this person's energy, and the sun is coming out again. And I know this is not a lot about you, but this is, I feel like if this had to come out through a reading about you and about your connection, this just means that this is something that you have helped them with, either actively, like you might have definitely like talked to this person about, like you might just be someone who's very chill and who can just literally just like so easily talk about this kind of things, even when you are the one who is involved, or very much indirectly by just having triggered and catalyzed these changes within this person. I feel like with this indecision on the Two of Swords, the Two of Swords, by the way, is is the card of Moon in Libra. I really want the 8th house deck, man, because with every man, dude, with with all these every single card has like a specific astrological placement correspondence, and it's just so fascinating to me. It's just like a level deeper of understanding there. But yeah, the 2 of Swords is Libra Moon. So this might be a relevant placement for this person. This person definitely very much likely has quite some air energy to them. I am impressed by this person's energy, you guys. Like this is someone who is not letting life's difficulties put them down. Like this person is learning how to befriend their mind. They're really learning how to be mindful of their thoughts and how to be aware of their thoughts. They might have like in the past been really identifying with their thoughts and sort of like being overwhelmed and overburdened by their thoughts, but I feel like right now they have made the discernment of the fact like, oh, I'm not my thoughts, like there's so much more to me, there's so much like my thoughts, like the air element, that's just one aspect of me and who I am as a person. There's also passion and inspiration. There's also like this grounded, present, earthy energy. There's also emotions and intuition. They're kind of really discovering all these new things about themselves, which is honestly freaking amazing. And I do feel like for some of you, this person likely still has some feelings or some type of... They definitely do feel some type of strange way towards you. Like they might just even not be entirely sure where they stand at this point. They might be like, yep, I kind of have feelings, but I kind of maybe also don't. And maybe they're just a friend, or maybe we can still be something more in the future, or maybe we shouldn't. Like I feel like they're kind of trying to figure out where they even stand anymore, because a lot of things have crumbled in their reality, in their like conscious reality, and they might just be a little bit unsure of what the heck is going on at all times. Yeah, this person is on their way to the top of the mountain. They're on their way to the top of this Wheel of Fortune, for sure. And yeah, there's not a lot about you, honestly, in this. So this could indeed, for some of you, just mean that you guys have been in separation, and this is like the process that this person has been doing on their own, like in separation from you. But this is truthfully just very positive energy, because indeed this person is just coming to terms with reality for how it is. And there's not much resentment or anything. They're only seeing the positives, and I feel like they're grateful for the heartbreak. They're grateful for the lessons. Yeah, that's all I'm getting for this part. Let's take some spirit kind of messages from Spirit to see if we have missed anything. We're going to take some Moonology and... Oh, Jesus. Why is this deck so hard to shuffle? We're going to take some Moonology and Starseed Oracle cards advice, and then we're going to take it over to the Extended, where we're going to look into the 18+ situation that is going on here. Also very curious to see what is going on there, because, yeah. How this connection could look practically will literally be so different for everyone. But, I mean, if this person had to come through in this reading specifically, they likely have some 18+ thoughts towards you. So, yeah, we're just going to pick their mind a little bit on that. Okay, so what else do we have to know about the situation? What do we have to know about it? What does pile 1 have to know about this situation? Okay. Surrender. That's interesting. Perhaps you might have, perhaps you also might have... Look up. Look up always makes me think of... It's interesting because sometimes like I don't even remember the things that I've written down here. It's like 100 little cards. But I was still... Okay, one thing at the time. With surrender, it's like surrender to the situation as how it is right now. Because if perhaps you also had certain plans and certain desires from this connection that have not been happening in the way that you wanted them to, and I feel like that's definitely the case for a lot of you in this situation, since there was indeed like some type of discrepancy, and if this person had to come through, then it's definitely some type of significant connection. Um, but yeah, this is just asking you to surrender to the situation as it is, and things are being developed. Like, this is not the end all be all for most of you. For some of you with this world card, I mean, the world card did come through pretty early in the spread, so once one cycle ends, the next one begins. So, like, the world card, yes, it could mean endings, but it could also mean just endings about one specific cycle in life, and then the next one starts, you know? So if you guys have been, like, sort of like in separation, or just, like, not really been able to connect properly, then it just means that this person had apparently a lot of things to go through on their own. And you probably have had too. Of course, this was all about your person specifically. But yeah, if things will have to happen, then they will. And if this person has to come back, they will. And if you really want to rekindle connections and you feel like reaching out and checking on this person, you will know if that's a good idea to do or not at this time. Use your own discernment. And yeah, and that lookup card is also really reminding you to get in touch with your guides, get in touch with your, with the universe, with source, with your angels, whatever it is that you feel like you are connected to, and ask for support, because they're there to support you, and if you're open to support, then they will. And this card is always like a very good reminder for that. Paralysis by analysis. I feel like you both are very good at analyzing things to death. Because I definitely do feel a lot of nervous energy also from the watcher of this pile specifically. You might personally feel like you're a little bit blocked and a little bit stagnant within the situation, like you're a little bit paralyzed indeed, and you might feel a little bit uncomfortable that this person is going through so many changes, but everyone has their own cycles to go through at their own timings, and this is really asking you to literally I was about to say it's asking you to trust. Holy crackers. This is asking you to trust. Like, honestly, all these cards are just I'm going to stop. Okay, so I was saying I'm going to stop pulling, but this card kind of like flipped out of my hand. Answers will come. Like, your guides are literally at this time, like this surrender, look up, paralysis by analysis. These cards, they were all leading me to tell you, like, you need to trust and answers will come. And honestly, I don't want to complicate it more for you, because I feel like you're very good at doing that for yourself already. And this is not, I'm not judging you, because I'm like, honey, I'm a Mercury ruled creature, okay? So like, I get this energy. But you will be fine. Like, your guides are just telling you, like, it will be fine. If you have been in need of clarity and of like a closure, or just like some sort of conversation with this person, or some sort of any other thing that you were needing from this connection, then it's coming, and you don't have to worry. Just try to relax. I know it's hard. But okay, what do we have for this connection? Almighty Moonology. Oh, mighty Moonology, you always have all the answers to our questions. Look at this. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. So there's definitely insight. For some of you, it might take a little longer than others. But there's definitely, yeah, I feel like a conversation. Just like a very peaceful, grounded conversation with each other. Insight. That we have bring love into the situation with new moon in Aquarius. More air energy. Yeah, this is my air pile for sure. What else? And last but not least, we have balance, spirituality, and practicality, which is something that is definitely like a theme for this pile, for this situation, for sure. That perhaps this person has had to do that, which I feel like they are managing, or they have been managing. That's probably a lesson that you both had to learn. I feel like perhaps, like, if you have been recognizing a lot of your own energy in this pile, then a lot of mirroring might have been going on, which is interesting, because I do feel like you guys are like complete polar opposites from each other. But those are the most fun type of mirroring scenarios, because you're like, oh my god, no, we're so different, and oh my god, you're the avoidant one, and I'm the super secure one. But then guess what? If you're always in contact with avoidant people, then like always falling in love with avoidant people and always dating avoidant people, then that's a pretty clear sign from the universe that is telling you, look at how you're doing that yourself. Because yeah, you don't just attract that out of nothing, let's put it that way. Okay, Starseed Oracle, what do you have for pile 1? Some specific advice for pile 1, please, at this time about the situation. How satisfying are these colors? It's like all green and purple. I'm so in love. Okay, so concentration. Oh, okay, but these two cards wanted to come out. Coming out. Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. Yeah, this is definitely to say, like, there's so much to learn here. And again, like, if this person has been triggering you, then just look at what those triggers are within yourself. Look at how beautiful these colors are. Oh my god. Breath of the Cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. Yeah, this card is all about releasing, like, surrendering the steering wheel to the universe, because the universe has bigger plans. And whatever is happening is happening exactly as it needs to teach you the things that you need to learn, so that you can expand into the most freaking awesome version of yourself, honestly. There's definitely deeper soul lessons to be learned here, also on an emotional level. There's things to learn about yourself, and this person has been doing that so much. They have been doing that so much. And honestly, for some of you, I feel like this might be indeed your energy and not your actual person's energy. You will know. You will know what the case scenario is. And in that case, if this was your energy and not your person's energy, for some of you it will be mirroring. For some of you it will be literally this other person. For some of you this will be your energy, I guess. In that case, feel free to pick another pile that you might be feeling. You might be finding your person's energy. But this is just to point out the fact that there are things to learn here. There are things to be dived. There are some things that you should be diving deep into within yourself, and you will find answers. They will either be given to you, or you, like, either way, either if you have to find them within yourself, or like if they will be given to you by the outside world, like they will come whenever is right, whenever the time is right. Okay, and the universe really is asking you to trust this and to go with the flow and to be aware of these processes that are happening and find peace with that. Find peace with the fact that it's all a process, and that you're in the midst of the process, and that's okay to be in the middle of the process. There will never be like an ending point. So yeah, pile 1, I think this is all that I'm getting for you. Thank you so much for being here, for letting me read your cards. If you were resonating with this and you're interested in seeing your person's 18 plus sexual feelings and thoughts and I guess fantasies and desires towards you at this time, then definitely feel free to join me on the extended. The link will be down below us, of course, as per usual. And if not, that's completely fine. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this gorgeous little raw citrine potion necklace, as well as the True Heart Intuitive Tarot, this is going to be a reading, and we are going to look into first these little, they're not little, they're pretty big, these pre-shuffled oracles that I have here for you, which are going to tell us a little bit about your person's first impressions about you. Okay, so their thoughts, their feelings, just the general impressions and energy towards you the first time that they met you. Now, this could look like literally anything. Ooh, spoilers. This could look like literally anything. It could be about the first couple times that they talked to you on the internet, if you guys met on the internet, or if you guys literally just like met somewhere physical, then this could be just the first impression that you gave them in that moment. Or this could be about the first time that you physically met after indeed having met each other online. This could be literally anything, so just please use your own discernment and apply it to your own situation as it fits. This is a timeless reading, so it should be good for whatever it is that you find it, or it finds you. But yeah, if it doesn't resonate, then definitely feel free to pick another pile or check out another reading, I guess. So, yeah, we're going to do this first. The first part of this reading is going to be about your person's first impressions about you. And then afterwards, we're going to look into the tarot to see their current thoughts and feelings and general energy towards you. And then afterwards, last but not least, we're going to take some... oh, Jesus. We're going to take some channel messages. No, that's not true. We're going to do that in the extended. In this section, in this part of the reading on YouTube, we are going to take advice as well as channel messages from Spirit for you. And that will be it for the free part of YouTube. And then we are going to take it over to the extended. which you absolutely don't have to. You don't have to get there at all, but of course you're more than welcome to either rent or purchase that reading too if you're interested. And what we're going to do there is essentially pick your person's mind a little bit apart in terms of their sexual 18 plus thoughts, feelings, fantasies, and desires towards you at this time, okay? So that will be interesting. The first one has been very, very interesting. I'm really excited to get into that as well. But yeah, without further ado, let's see what your person's first impressions were of you. We have a lot of cards, by the way, for this section for you guys, so that is already pretty indicative. But first we have opposition. Then we have Grand Cross. And we have the number 3. Then we have number 72 with Broken and Hatched. 72 reduces to 9. Then we have Chiron with Hurt and Heal. We have Success with I Know That There's No Greater Goal Than to Love. Then we also have Influence. We have Grief with I Understand That Losing Something is an Opportunity to Appreciate It. And last but not least, we have I Keep My Own Counsel. So, pile 2. I feel like for a lot of you, this will be like an online meeting in which you got to talk a lot before you actually met. But this doesn't absolutely have to. Like for some of you, I'm also getting the scenario in which you guys were like out with a lot of friends, and there's just no matter what case scenario resonates with you personally. I know that the first time, like when you first met this person, there was just so much going on in your life. It was either your life or this person's life or both, but that what is for sure, like it will differ for everyone because I'm not getting one specific message about that, but there was a lot going on, a lot of like turmoil, a lot of conflict, like either you or this person or both were just going through some tough times, like losing people. Like you could have literally had a situation in which either of you just like lost someone to death, or there might have been for some of you as a situation in which like there was a third party and things were sort of like just coming out into the open and things were crumbling and everyone was fighting and everyone was crying. Some of you, I'm just getting like, it's very fitting for this whole energy that I'm picking up on because I'm getting so many different scenarios. Now specifically I'm getting the scenario in which you guys were like at some sort of party with like a lot of friends. You might have had like some friends in common, but you never met each other before. You might have both been like under the influence of some type of psychedelic or some type of party drug. Doesn't have to be like, just take it as it resonates. But there was just so much going on. I feel like there were like in somewhere in the picture there are like people fighting, people trying to like settle things down. There's just a lot of conflict, a lot of turmoil, a lot of just like harsh things going on. Not with the two of you, of course, because you just met, but this might have been either with you and like a partner, or you and a friend, or them and the partner and them and a friend, or just you might have witnessed together some type of fight, some type of like brawl happening outside of a pub or something like that. Just know that the energy was just so chaotic and so charged and so full. No matter what the case scenario was for you guys personally, I feel like you guys found so much comfort within one another. I definitely feel like for a lot of you, this will be the case in which you personally, like you as the watcher, you were going through like a very tough time. Like you might have just gone through a breakup, or just gone through like a friendship breakup, or you were probably just like caught in the middle of like a fight between two other people, and perhaps you were trying to settle things or things like that. There's this feeling of this person witnessing all these things through you, or just like together with you, but willingly deciding to sort of like not go too much into it, or not sort of like not get mixed up in it, because they were like, okay, you know what, I'm not going to get mixed into the drama because this is not my stuff and this is not my drama, but I will be there for you if you need me to. Like there's this feeling of finding so much comfort within one another. And I feel like you guys were able to be very vulnerable with one another to such an extent in which you both felt safe. It's so interesting because on this side we have like these orangey colors, and on this side we have these like yellow bluish colors. But I feel like for a lot of you it will be you. But like if I'm placing energies in like the wrong at the wrong side of the connection, then just mix and match. Just like use it as it resonates for you personally. These are collective readings, and as I'm telling you, there are so many different energies coming through right now at this time. But if this was you going through a very tough time, and it was you finding so much comfort within this connection, within this person, you would be like, oh my god, like I found this new person, and then they're so soft and gentle and so understanding with me, and they can really see my hurt and my grief. Like I feel like you were at this place in which you were hurting so deeply, and you were not even resisting this hurt. You were not resisting. You were feeling it completely, and you were completely accepting of the situation as it was, which does not mean that it wasn't hurting or that it wasn't difficult. It just means that you were just completely present with that feeling. And this person came in and brought so much love and comfort, and potentially also like insight, and just helped you sort of like go through it by putting your thoughts in a row, I want to say, in a very non-invasive way. Like there's these two images of this person sort of like holding something to their chest, and I feel like this was the energy that existed between the two of you, like in the first times or time of meeting each other, in which there was this one person that was potentially you, but also for some of you it will be the other person, and the other person just came in and sort of like collected the broken pieces of the other, and was like, you know, it's gonna be fine, like it's okay. And I see you're hurting right now. I see this is like a whole hot mess which is going on currently with the situation, and it's fucked up that it had to go like that. But you're gonna be fine, and it's okay to hurt, and just find your own peace of mind, and find your own colors, I want to say, and find your own peace, and find your own place. And there was, for some reason, there was just this at the same time, while things were like crumbling and falling apart and so deeply hurtful and painful, the other person, like through your connection, like through connecting with each other, you were able to bring so much softness and healing and love into the connection that it really put the rest also into perspective, I want to say. Like it didn't sort of like, the problems and the conflict and the turmoil that was existing, and the pain and the hurt was not sort of like shoved into the background. It was still very much present, but it was just, it was minimized, I want to say. It wasn't taking over all of your space and your energy anymore, because there was this love coming in on the other side. It was sort of like mitigating this energy of grief and pain and turmoil that was going on. And there was just so much love and care brought into the situation that it was so like a breath of fresh air. And perhaps for some of you, I feel like this person, or you to this person, depending on who the one experiencing all of this was, perhaps the both of you. Yeah, perhaps it will, for some of you, it will definitely be like the both of you were just going through such catastrophic, like tower moments in your lives. And meeting each other was just like this safe haven, this safe place that you guys found within one another, in which you were able to let that hurt and grief go and flow, and in which you were again able to find this peaceful, beautiful, soft, caring energy within one another. This is so beautiful. Let me see if I can get something else, and otherwise we're just going to go to the tarot. I'm hearing like, I promise you will be fine. I promise you will be fine. I promise it will be okay. It will be fine. It will be okay. Which brings such relief to the heart center specifically. You might have made art together, like made some type of art together. In which you're like, you poured all of these happenings and these energies into, and alchemized them into something beautiful. There might have been also just like very innocent, pure, just like very pure, loving cuddling going on, like caressing each other's faces or like hair touching, things like that, to bring comfort. And there's definitely there's also been like an effort to indeed just like put your thoughts in a row and understand exactly what has happened and around you. Also to the extent in which you could have indeed put things into perspective and realize that was not all that there was to the situation, if that makes sense. But I feel like I've repeated that already. Okay, but let's see right now. What is the situation right now? What are this person's thoughts and feelings towards pile 1 at this time? Pile 2. Pile 2. Pile 2. Pile 2's person. What are Pile 2's person's thoughts and feelings towards pile 2 at this time at the time of pile 2 finding this reading, please? All my decks are always listed down below, as well as the link to purchase private readings, as well as the cute little crystal potion necklaces that I showed you today in these readings. Everything is going to be in the description. Okay, one more shuffle and then we're going to pull cards. Okay, so what are this person's, pile 2's person's feelings and thoughts at this time towards pile 2? We have the 2 of Cups in reverse. I don't want you guys to be scared of that. It's just like, it's just energies, okay? It all depends on everything, essentially. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. What are pile 2's person's thoughts and feelings towards pile 2? We have the 2 of Wands in reverse. At this time of pile 2 finding this reading. What are this person's thoughts and feelings towards pile 2 at this time, please? We have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Magician. What about this 2 of Cups, please? Okay, so we have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. And the 3 of Cups wanting to come out as well. What about the 2 of Wands in reverse, please? So we have a lot of 2s. We have 2 Wands, 2 of Cups, and a 2 of Discs. What about this 2 of Wands, please? Okay. We have the World. If you did feel called to pile 1, only if you did feel called to it, then you might want to go check it out, because indeed we have some similar cards. We have the Emperor in reverse, and also quite some similar energies indeed, for sure. What about the Magician, please? Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune. So in terms of, and the Devil in reverse. So, in terms of placements, astrological placements, we do have Mercury placements. So, Virgo and Gemini. We have Aries with the Emperor. And we have twice the fixed signs, so Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius. For how this person is feeling currently about you, pile 2. This person feels like things are not as they used to be anymore, and that's for sure. And this person feels like, I feel like this person feels like you both have to go your own way. And I feel like for some of you with this Three of Cups and all these twos in reverse, like we have the Two of Cups in reverse, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, and the Two of Wands in reverse. I feel like there is some type of third party situation involved. And I'm honestly, again, I'm not getting specifically whether this is from your side or whether this is from their side, which tells me that this is going to be like a good 50-50 depending on who's watching. Like for some of you, there will be a third party situation from your side, and for some others of you, it will be a third party situation from the other side. And this, I'm feeling like this will not be, well, I mean, it could be some type of polyamory situation in which one of the two people is indeed, doesn't have to be, you could still be like both monogamous, but this might definitely be a situation in which one of the two people is into polyamory and the other person is just not, and it's just not working, and there's definitely someone else involved, stuff like that. But there's definitely this feeling of there's no choice being made that is going to benefit this connection specifically, be it the third party or the choice being had to be made from you or from the other side. There's this feeling of, from your person, this person is feeling like there's no choice that is going to be made that is going to be favorable towards this connection, so maybe it's best to sort of like put an end to this thing. I feel like your person is done trying to make things work. They're done trying to be the bigger person in their eyes and their feelings. And they really, like, I feel like this is very straightforward, and I honestly don't know how long this reading will be, because it could be very, very short because it's very straightforward, but we will just see. I feel like this person is just a little done, honestly. And it's not because they have no feelings at all for you anymore, because I don't feel that's the case, because otherwise these feelings wouldn't even be here. But this person definitely doesn't see how this could work anymore at this time. With this Magician, it's very interesting because it's very similar energy to the first pile, and it could literally be like that one energy that they're like mirroring energy, in the sense of like one is one person and this other pile is like the other person in this connection. So very, very interesting. With this Magician being here, being clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like this person is realizing like it's time to take my own power in my own hands and take the world in my own hands, because and this is in a sense of like taking their own power in their own hands about themselves and about their own life, because I feel like they're done trying so hard about this connection, because I do feel like with this Devil in reverse, they felt like you guys were in a kind of like unhealthy, potentially codependent, or potentially just not super healthy type of connection with each other, in which things were just seemingly never picking up, never really going where you guys would have wanted it to go. I feel like things have been moving very, very slowly for you guys, but it never got like over, it never really reached like a committed level or some sort. Like you might have just like been on and off, sort of like dating, hot and cold, sort of like flirting, like situationship, friends with benefits, things like that, but it just never really picked up, because we do have this Princess of Pentacles in reverse, but that's like very immature energy. And the fact that we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, clarified by the Emperor in reverse, I feel like there was this desire, at least from this person, to bring things into something concrete and something that is actually truly beautiful, and something that is, oh, you know what's interesting? That we do have peacocks here, as well as the eagle, which are the spirit animals respectively of Hera and Zeus, or Juno and Jupiter, depending on which mythology you ask. But we don't have the Empress showing up here, which I feel like this person felt like you didn't show up as they wanted you to show up, or like perhaps as you said you would, or you promised, or you would hope to show up in some sort of way. This person definitely feels like you have still a lot of healing to do. Like whatever happened in this situation, I feel like this person feels like it's not over. This might be a fresh connection, because it doesn't feel very much different energy. Like either a lot of time has passed and literally nothing has changed, or things have just moving very slowly to the extent that it just still feels like you guys are still living the same situation as when you met, or indeed it's just a very fresh thing still. What we have seen in the first part of the reading, because honestly not a lot has changed, except from this person has a little bit less hope and is a little bit more trying to focus on themselves. They're trying to build up their own fortune, and they're trying to like focus on themselves and their own confidence and their own legacy, their own well-being. And there's this vibe of like, fine, if you don't want to make a decision, if you don't want to like show up, if you don't want to take the reins in your hands, then I'm just going to have to do that for myself. Perhaps you guys had made some plans in the past that never sort of like turned out, that never worked out, that never functioned, that never happened. With this Two of Wands in reverse with the World, perhaps you guys made some plans to travel, or like to go on weekend getaways, things like that. I'm gonna have to take a sip of water real quick. But there's definitely this feeling of this person feeling like they're a little done. And I know that this is not the most positive, uplifting message, but this is what I'm getting, and I'm going to tell you what I'm getting. Pile 2. Yeah, I'm honestly not getting much else. Like, this person really feels like it's time to take care of one, like, of yourselves separately, individually at this time. The Moon. Yeah, and perhaps just like look into, just go a little bit in hermit mode essentially within themselves. Not necessarily hermit mode in the sense of like really turning inwards and finding stillness and being with yourself and just like really like recluding yourself, but more in the time in the sense of like what do I want to do with my life? Like putting yourself more out there and just creating what you want to create for yourself, and not waiting for the other person to sort of like bring in that happiness, which honestly is a very great place to be at. And I truly hope that you are kind of doing the same, in the sense of like realizing that you are this magician, that you have literally so much within yourself, and that you get to choose what you want to do. I mean, I guess this is like the whole energy that there was some type of choice that was not happening, that was not being made about the situation. And maybe this is what this whole situation has to teach you, Pile 2. Because there's definitely a lot of struggle within this connection, and this person is honestly like, I'm not getting a lot because I feel like this person is not even willing to think about it a lot anymore. This is just very straightforward energy. I feel like this person is in an energy of, okay, so this is what happened, this is what didn't happen, this is it, this is the reality of things, and now it's time to, stop overthinking it, just not go too much into depth in it, and like not overthinking, because otherwise I'm going to completely like make myself go nuts by overthinking everything, and there's no point in that, and I've seen enough, and now it's time to take care of myself. I keep hearing like I'm done trying to be the bigger person. Yeah, this person is really trying to like stand up for themselves and take care of themselves, which is honestly a really good place to be in, Title 2, and I honestly really hope that you're doing the same for yourself. But let's see some channel messages from Spirit about this connection. Then we are going to take afterwards some advice. Before moving on to the extended, which, I mean, this person still might, you guys might still be involved in that kind of sense, and there might be some type of, I figure, like, unfinished business also in terms of that. Perhaps you guys had like plans and fantasies with each other in terms of physical intimacy that still kind of linger in the back of your mind. So I'm definitely excited to see what is going to come out there. And we're also going to take channeled messages, by the way. I'm not sure if oh yeah, I did. But we're going to take channeled messages as well from your person, so that's also going to be happening in the extended. But for now, let's take some channeled messages from Spirit or your spirit guides. your higher self, on other things that you have to know about this connection at this time. Okay. What does pile 2 need to know about the situation at this time, please? What does pile 2 need to know about this situation at this time, please? Do we have to take those? I'm going to take this one. Eye of the Hurricane. Yeah, this is inviting you to... I feel like this person has found the Eye of the Hurricane. Like, I feel like whatever happened here when you guys first met was like an entire hurricane that I feel like has a little bit permeated, sort of like been dragged along within this connection. And I feel like this person, what they have been doing is indeed finding the Eye of the Hurricane and becoming that Eye of the Hurricane and just not allowing external noise to be affecting them anymore. And this card is inviting you to do the same, pile 2. To find that clarity within yourself. And not overthink things too much, I want to say. Because there's just so much going on that you should not be making it more complicated than it already is. Whatever it is that went on between the two of you. Okay, what else? So we have these 2 cards. Excess. Yeah, getting back to this Devil card, perhaps you guys just like went into it way too fast, way too strongly, and it was just too intense and too much all at once, and maybe it burnt out real quickly, and it burnt you guys out as well, and perhaps you weren't ready. That's the feeling that I'm getting. You guys weren't ready perhaps, and you just went into it with way too much enthusiasm, only to realize like, wait a minute, maybe this is just not a good idea right now, because it's not happening. It's not working out right now. Cycle. This is definitely a cycle that you guys have to like close out, either individually or together. This also doesn't mean, like with this World card here and the Wheel of Fortune, they're all about cycles, like repeating cycles and closing out cycles. So whatever it is that made this connection go south, I want to say, look into what that is and work with that, because there's probably very important things there to work with. What else does pile 2 need to know about this connection and the situation at this time, Spirit? Okay, one more flipped out. Why? Yeah, ask yourself why. And not in the tormentous way. Be like, oh my god, why did this have to happen? But like, why am I having the reactions that I'm having? If you are the one who was not able to make a choice or to like pick a side or whatever, ask yourself why. Like, put yourself on both sides and be like, okay, so why would it be a good idea to choose this side, and why would it be a good idea to choose the other side? And if you're being triggered by some type of thing that has been happening, then ask yourself, like, why? What is this telling me? Like an inquisitive why, not like a tormentuous why. I'm gonna take one more. What does pile 2 need to know about this connection at this time, please? About the situation. Okay, thank you. We have nuance. Yeah, I feel like perhaps you might be someone who is living a lot black and white, especially with all these 2s, like polar opposites, like with this opposition card as well. Try to find perhaps like the balance between the 2 things. Like, it doesn't have to be either or. Take this if it resonates and as it resonates, please. Like, you will know what is going on. We don't know exactly what is going on practically for you, again, because this is a collective reading with a lot of different energies. But whatever the case situation is, try to find those like different shades of gray in between the black and the white. Does that make sense? Okay, Moonology. Moonology. Let us know what is going on here. What do you have to say about this connection? What is coming, or some tips and tricks? Okay, what do you have for pile 2, please? Some words of wisdom for pile 2, please. some advice or final words for, oh yeah, but okay, there you go. Scorpio energy again. It's time to release negativity. Yeah, it's time to release this thing, whatever it is. Yeah, let go. I'm hearing show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. I feel like if you have been keeping some things hidden, if you have been keeping some things away, like if you have some type of like secrets or something like that, I'm getting for some of you, maybe it's time to sort of like come clean about those. Emotions are running high, super moon. A lot of like third eye energy. I'm gonna take one more. There you go. Top one is communication is key, new moon in Gemini. Yeah, for sure. If there's something that you're keeping like stuck within your chest that you haven't been telling to someone, to this person perhaps, or to other people, doesn't have to be this person necessarily, then these cards are definitely inviting you to come clean about that, because you will release so much weight off of your shoulders and off your chest, and of your mind, honestly, because it's whatever this is definitely killing you, eating you slowly from the inside. So you really have to release that and let that go, whatever it is. Oh, come on, I can't shuffle this deck. See some final insights before we move on to the 18 plus extended. Okay, so final wise words or insight or tips or advice for pile 2, please. Final advice for pile 2, please. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, you might have felt like you're doomed to repeat the same cycles and the same things with people again and again, which, first of all, it's not true. I mean, yes, you will, unless you put the work in. But these situations are presenting to you again and again and again, so that you can clearly have an overview of them. Okay, so what is happening here? So this is a pattern that has been showing up consistently in my life. What is this telling me? What can I do about it? Where is this coming from? What type of wound does it show me about me? Try to go into the core, and it probably has to do something with the heart chakra, pile 2. The heart chakra, and perhaps also your mind, your thoughts, for sure. Cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Yeah, I feel like you're not doing so great at this time, and this is because life keeps feeding you with triggers and these patterns so that you can crack them open and crack through them, essentially. This is not for nothing. This is not just to put you down, pile 2. This is to show you things. This is to show you the places in which you need more gentle loving towards yourself, to pour more gentle loving into yourself. And this is showing you the places in which you need to bring more light, in which there are things that you probably don't understand or don't know yet about yourself. And these are the places that you have to attend more attention to, so that you can understand how you can tend to those wounds and heal those wounds, and not heal yourself from a place like, oh my god, I'm fucked up, I can't do anything, and nobody's ever going to love me. No, in a place of, I'm hurting and I deserve to feel good, I deserve to feel better, I deserve to feel empowered, and I'm going to make this happen for myself. The magician energy that showed up here, I feel like that is like the theme for these readings today. But that is the energy that you have to embody as well. Like, if you're not familiar with tarot, then just have a little Google about like the magician card, because it might be very relevant to you. Yeah. Okay, one more please for pile 2. Wow, yeah, of course. Karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. Again, karmic relationship. They're not a negative thing, okay? There's this thing that, oh my god, it's a karmic relationship. Like, karma is not a bad thing. There's good karma, there's bad karma. Karma is just energy that what goes around comes around. And this is also to say, like, if you put out more loving energy, you will get back more loving energy. If you put out more like angry, anxious, exhausted, burnt out energy, then that's probably what you're going to get back, like, reflected at you. We do have a lot of like Gemini energy here showing up with this new moon in Gemini and the magician, which is Mercury energy. and all these twos, there's a lot of mirroring going on into these connections, especially with this person. But just in general, I would say, like, if this is like the same situation that has been repeating over and over again, with different people, it's again, it's life showing you very clearly, just like holding up a mirror to you and be like, look, this is the problem. What we gonna do with it? Does that make sense? I feel like I talk a lot about this, and I don't feel called to talk more about this because this is also like towards the end of the reading. So I'm going to leave this here. I would suggest you perhaps have a look at my other readings, like like my shadow reading and like the chakras healing reading, things like that. Like these messages are meant to find you type of readings, because there are very, very powerful messages there. And perhaps if you feel called to any of those piles, there might be something there for you. And I'm feeling really called to mention that, because again, I'm not being invited to talk more about the specific dynamic that I'm talking about now, because this was also not necessarily what this reading was about. But definitely, if you feel called to, then definitely go check those out, because there might be just some messages for you in there. Okay, pile 2, thank you so much for letting me read your cards. I'm going to take this over to the extended now, in which we're going to look into, I guess it's, we will see. I guess this is just going to be, I'm just going to stick to it. Like, perhaps someone else needs to come through to you, okay? Perhaps it's this person, depending on, perhaps it's your next sexual encounter with someone, like your next sexual interest, whatever it is. There's so many different energies here. So if you feel called to join me in the extended for that, then you're very welcome to do that. You absolutely don't have to. Please do feel free to leave a comment down below letting me know how this resonated. As per usual, it means so much to me to know how my readings land on the other side. Also, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, as that really helps a young girl out on YouTube with the algorithm. And thank you so much for being here, and I will see you either in the extended or in the next one. Bye. Hi, pile 3. If you chose this beautiful Amazonite little potion necklace, as well as the Modern Witch Tarot, this is going to be reading, and the energies so far have been pretty interesting, so I'm really curious to see what is going to come out here. So what are we going to do today exactly? If you skip the intro, I'll just really quickly go over it again. These pre-shuffled oracles are going to tell us a little bit more about how your person viewed you the first time that they met you. This could be their first impression on the internet if you guys met online. This could be the first impression of the first time that they saw you. This could be the first type of impression that they gave you. Wow, that they got from you, so that you gave them. The first time that you actually met in person after having met on the internet. This could be anything, so just apply to your situation personally. These are timeless readings, so they should be good for whenever they find you. The second part with the tarot is going to tell us a little bit more about their feelings and thoughts and impressions right now at this time of you finding this this reading. So that's how we will have the juxtaposition between how they felt then versus now. And at the end of each of this reading, we're going to look into some advice as well as channel messages from Spirit. And then we're going to take it into the extended, for those of you who are interested, to see essentially what their 18 plus sexual thoughts, feelings, and desires and fantasies about you are at this time. They have been pretty juicy, so I'm enjoying doing those. I think I will do them more often because they're very fun to do. And I think you guys might like those as well. So yeah, without further ado, and we're also taking channel messages from your person in the extended after the section on the sexiness. Okay, so without further ado, let's see what we have here for you in terms of the first impressions that your person had towards you. We have the number 22, or the Master Builder. We have empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. We have dependability. We have number 20 with the one who needs to control. This card is so funny. Then we have two of these astrology cards. The first one is water with Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. Put that here. And Jupiter with grow and expand. And last but not least, we have I am peaceful. So I'm gonna put that here so you guys can see it better. So in terms of the first impressions that your person had of you, pile 3, this is pretty interesting because I feel like this person already knew kind of like if I would have to jump fast forward into the future, I would say that you guys are either together now, that you have been together. Because this person, the first time that they met you, like it could absolutely not have to be the case, doesn't have to be, but this person, for the first impression that they had to, oh my god, I cannot talk. This is like the fifth pile that I filmed today. The first impression of you, pile 3, is that they kind of already knew that they were going to develop feelings for you, or like at least they already felt that they had feelings for you sometime, of some type of degree. I do feel like this person really recognized you on a soul level, that they recognized your essence more than anything, and they were definitely very much, you really stood out to them. You stood out to them in a way that nobody has ever done before. I want to say, in a sense that it felt like this person felt like you were very similar to them, but also very, very interesting. Like they really felt like, oh, of course, like there you are, type of sensation. And it's really funny that we have this the one who needs to control card, as well as I am peaceful, because I do feel like this person had to hold back a lot, because of course, like they didn't want to do anything that was inappropriate, or they didn't want to, like perhaps you were in public with other people and they couldn't, just like go too crazy all in all at once. Also because if it was the first ever time that you guys ever met each other, and it might have been just a little weird being like, hey, hi, I'm in love with you. Which, I mean, yeah, that would be a little weird. But yeah, this person was definitely taking it a little bit cautiously and perhaps just trying to test the waters. But they really saw so much potential already in this connection. And I do feel like, not like, even though they did have quite sincere and innocent, sweet feelings for you already, or like at least they saw the potential of those developing, they were not too delusional about it or anything. Like, they were pretty grounded about it. They already saw some type of, like, they didn't necessarily even think like, oh my god, this is a person that I want to spend the rest of my life with, or like, oh my god, I want to date this person, oh my god, I want to get into a relationship. But like, not necessarily like that. They weren't like too dreamy. Like, this person has a quite mature energy to them. Quite, I feel like they have had quite some experiences as well in terms of relationships, perhaps. And that's also maybe the reason why they didn't want to, like, they were aware of the fact that they had to sort of like keep their cool and sort of like, be a little bit more cool, calm, collected, that they couldn't be too crazy or something like that. But yeah, they didn't necessarily want or expect anything romantic to happen between the two of you, because they really just liked your essence. They really just liked what you had to say. They really liked your smile. I feel like they really liked your energy in general. And they just really appreciated you, and they were like, no matter what happens here, I really just like this person and I want to have them in my life. Like, I will make sure that I meet this person again, that we talk again, because I really enjoy this person's energy and company, no matter what the outcome is. It's interesting because we do have like number 22, number 20, then we have these two sort of like this dual image here. We have these like entangled serpents here. Might that be a sign for some of you? Fact is, no matter what this person like wanted, or like I don't feel like they had any specific like expectations or anything of this connection. Although they were very aware that they did feel a lot of different things, like in very different parts of their body. Just like I'm getting all these chakra colors, like they felt you in very different places, I want to say. They felt a very, very, very strong, deep soul connection bond here. And with this Jupiter grow and expand in this 22, the 22 is all about building things. It's all about building something. And I feel like this person really saw the potential of growth and expansion with you. Just like in general, like be it a friendship, have it like could have been any type of connections that I made. They really didn't care. But they really just saw this potential of it growing into something bigger. I'm hearing like I can learn so much from you. Both in terms of like spirituality, in terms of like emotions. Perhaps you both are like very, very spiritual people. Which, I mean, what do you mean with spiritual people? Everyone is a spiritual, blah blah. Yeah, sure, of course. But what I mean is like interested in things like spirituality, like things like astrology and this person definitely saw that there was so much inside of you that they wanted to uncover. They saw so much, like they were so curious about you. They were genuinely tuned into your energy and genuinely open to receiving your energy also, I want to say. They essentially really just wanted to see what this was all going to be about. I'm hearing like, I want to see what this is about. Like they had this pull, this your energy kind of called them and pulled them in like a magnet almost. There was something about you that intrigued them so much, and they wanted to kind of like go all in, but they were aware that that was not going to be a smart move, because also they didn't want to overwhelm you. They weren't sure where you stood, perhaps. But there's the one who needs to control is not necessarily the need to control anything. It's just they really had to keep themselves a little cool, calm, collected, and then act like this I am peaceful card right here. And with this empathy, they definitely felt like there was some type of very easy flowing heart-centered connection. Like they really felt like you understood them. Like, wow, oh my god, we see things from the same perspective. We are vibing on the same wavelength. And they were just so eager to know what that was all about. And they were so eager to explore that, to explore the depths of the water, to explore the expansion that could have, that was catalyzed almost, like that could have been catalyzed between the two of you. That is the effect that you had on this person the first time meeting them. But okay, let's go move forward to the tarot and see what their impressions and thoughts and feelings about you are right now. I'm so curious to see you guys. I cannot wait. Okay, so I'm really curious to see where this is at now. All the decks that I use are always linked down below in the description box. Come on. As per usual, together with the potion necklaces, as well as my Etsy shop where you can book private readings with me in case you're interested in that. The link to the extended, the 18 plus extended is also linked down below. This is the Modern Witch Tarot, but that you already knew because you chose this deck. Or you just chose the pendant, and this is just the deck that came with that. But you know, we will. Good shuffle talk. So all the decks are always thoroughly shuffled. Always thoroughly shuffled. Before turning on the camera. But shuffling on camera is just really nice. So that's what we do. Alright, so what are Pile 3's person's current thoughts and feelings about Pile 3 at this time? At the time of Pile 3 finding this video. So we have the Five of Swords in reverse. Oh, okay. So we have Death. Scorpio energy. What else? Okay, so this person is very sure. We have the Tower in reverse. This is interesting. What else? Thoughts and feelings from Pile 3's. That is too many. It's like a quarter of the deck. Thoughts and feelings of this person's thoughts. That's too many. Come on. I'm gonna give it another shuffle. That was a bad shuffle. Okay, so Pile 3's person, what are their feelings and thoughts currently about Pile 3 at the time of Pile 3 finding this video? How is this person feeling towards Pile 3 now? How is this person... Okay, so we have the Everything is Fine card, which is a twist on the Ten of Swords, and the Seven of Wands in reverse. And I want to take clarifiers right away. What about this Five of Swords in reverse, please? One card that flipped over, but we're going to put that back. Five of Swords in reverse, please. What is that all about? We have the Knight of Pentacles. And this. What about Death? This Death card, please. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah. What about the Tower in reverse? about the Tower? Or about how this person is feeling towards pile 3 at this time, please? Okay, you guys saw how fast that came out. Ace of Wands. You inspire me, I heard. You inspire me so much. If this person makes art, you might have, like, inspired them to make a lot of art, or, like, you might have reawakened. Ooh, look at that. Look at what flipped over, if we find it. The Devil in reverse. There's some pretty intense cards here, but I don't want you guys to be worried at all, because this is not worrying at all. This is pretty dope. This is pretty dope. We have the High Priestess with the 7 of Wands. And we have Strength in reverse on the bottom of the deck. And below that we have the King of Swords and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward, you guys. For a lot of you, I don't think you guys are together at this point. So this might actually be a pretty new connection, or something that has not really been physically gotten together yet. And I'm so excited to go into the extended. Oh my god, this is going to be so cool. I feel like either this is indeed something that, like a pretty new connection, because the energy doesn't feel too far away from the initial impressions of this person. Or it might indeed just be something that is taking a little while to manifest. But this person feels like you have completely changed their entire life. And I feel like we could pull another billion cards, because this is not all there is. This is just painting a picture that is very specific. This is just pointing out this very specific energy that this person is in right now. And they are so eager to come towards you, pile 3. They are so freaking eager to come towards you. With this Knight of Swords being in reverse, they don't want to be too impulsive, and this energy comes back again. Like, they're being very cautious with this Knight of Pentacles coming here. We have the 5 of Swords in reverse, which is all about picking your battles, like choosing your moves carefully, almost like getting like chess. Like, this person might play chess or something. You guys might play chess together. That was just what was being shown. With the 7 of Wands in reverse, as well as the Tower in reverse and Everything is Fine card here, this person really wants to let their guard down with you. They haven't done yet. Like, they haven't done that yet. They really haven't come clean and, like, sort of, like, come out to you with their feelings for you. There are definitely very, very, very intense feelings out. Like, this doesn't even have to be romantic necessarily, guys. I feel like for this person, they have such strong, deep, intense feelings for you, but they're not expecting this to go in any specific way. Like, they're not struggling against anything that is being presented to them. They're not resisting anything, any type of situation, and they're okay with waiting. They're okay with things moving slowly. They're okay with things not happening super fast. Like, they're okay with this. Everything is fine. Like, even they have these sort of, like, these maybe, like, urges and cravings to just, like, burst open to you and just tell you how freaking awesome they think you are. And that they might have deeper, stronger feelings for you, and that they're super attracted to you as well. They're like, this is okay for as it is right now, even though I have these cravings and urges and feelings and things, and oh my god, and just so much going on inside of me. It's okay how it is right now. I don't want to go too fast, and I don't want to ruin things. Like, at one side, this person is just very grounded and very mature in the way that they're aware that they shouldn't be swept away too much, because that's probably something that they've had in the past, and it didn't turn out well. It just turned out in a devil codependency, like karmic type of situation, and they don't want to happen. They don't want this to happen with you. Like, they're just very much okay with just enjoying your time together with each other, and waiting for the time being ripe for, like, to strike a move, essentially. They know that with this High Priestess, they know that things will fall into place when they need to and how they need to. And they're not trying to force anything. Like, if right now you're just chilling and just, like, watching movies together and just having little picnics in nature and just talking to each other, then they're fine with that. Like, they're more than happy to explore that connection with you without the need to pushing it anywhere that it's not meant to be right now. They're not in a hurry, pile 3, but they like you so much, and there's so much inside of them that they feel like they want to share with you. And they feel so safe, and they feel so safe with you. That's the thing that is coming out here. Like, with this death, They know that having you inside of their life like has brought a lot of change, and they're not even afraid of it. They're not scared necessarily. Of course, they might have a little bit of, just like, what ifs, and oh my god, and just like little nudges of thoughts here and there about things potentially going wrong, because of course that's just human. But they're not letting this devil win. Like this time they're not willing to let the devil win. Like they're taking things in their own hands, and they're going to the pace that feels right. They're just following things, as they're just going with the flow. That's it. They're really just going with the flow with you, and that's how they plan on doing everything with you. They're aware that there are things being planned and being Persephone and Hades might be relevant for some reason. I'm looking at this thing, and this looks like pomegranates here, and that's what came to mind. Looks like pomegranates, right? Focus, please. Yeah, there you go. Kind of looks like pomegranates. This person feels like they are so safe with you, and they are so excited to explore everything, like their inside world, your inside world. They're so excited to explore also sexuality potential, just not even necessarily just that, but they're excited to, what is that? Temperance in reverse. They are so they know that a good conversation will come when the time is ripe. And there again, I keep want to say, like, they don't want to rush things because they don't want to ruin things. They're not willing to ruin things. They're not willing to scare you away. I want to say they're not willing to risk this in like a reckless type of way. They're willing to risk everything in terms of like letting their guard down and being sincere and being honest and just opening up to you. But when the time is ripe, they have so much trust in the universe with this high priestess. They know that this is bound to happen, that this is meant to happen in whichever way is fit to this situation specifically. They have so much admiration for you and so much affection that it's just so pure, and they're just so happy to have you in their life. It's really beautiful energy, pile 3, and I'm not getting much else, honestly. This person has a lot of like that. This person has a very clear mind. They have a very clear idea of what you mean to them, and of what they kind of like, what they want, what they feel. They have their thoughts straight in a row, and they're not sort of like, we don't have like the lovers and like a lot of cups. We don't have cups and at all, but this does not mean at all that there's no sweet feelings. This person is so practical, so realistic with their feelings that they don't need things like, oh, like happily ever after, and oh my god, you're the only person for me, and oh my god, this and this. Like, they're very grounded and very realistic. Like, they might have an Earth Venus for some of you. They might definitely be not all about like wishy-washy type of watery type of thing, or at least not in this stage. Like, they might just like uncover this beautiful romantic watery side later on, but right now they're just being very, very sober, I want to say, about this connection within this connection. And again, like, it's very straightforward because they have such clear ideas in their mind. They're so clear on where they stand. They know exactly what they bring to the table. They know exactly what it is that they look for a connection, and they know that you have that because they've seen it already. They felt it already. But this person is so clear. Like, this person is not someone who's wishy-washy, who's going to be like all like a little bit in and a little bit out and be like, I'm not sure. This person knows exactly where they stand. And you will know once it's there, once the time is ripe. Like, they will show up for you, pile 3, because they know exactly what they want and what they're looking for. And they know that they found it. That's also the thing. They know that they found it, and they're not in a rush because they know that it's there and they know that it's real. This is so freaking pure. Oh my god. Okay, so let's take some channel messages from your spirit guides. Spirit, before we move on to advice. And oh my god, I'm so excited to get into the T plus and the extended. So freaking excited because we do have this little Ace of Wands here, so there's definitely some sexual thoughts there. We will see. So what does pile 3 need to know about this connection or this situation at this time, please? The song Pompeii by Bastille might be relevant. It's just, for some reason, it's being highlighted. Italy might be relevant. And I'll take that if it resonates, as that resonates. Okay, so we have Crown Chakra. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. This person, you guys are definitely very much spiritually connected, intertwined with each other. And this person might have even had, like, an even, like, stronger spiritual awakening since having this connection with you, because they were awakened, I guess, to the strength and the depth of this connection, which brought them, like, layers deeper and levels higher, I want to say. That might definitely be something that you bond over, like things like psychedelics or like spiritual experiences, like astral projection, like lucid dreaming, things like that, and theogenic plans. Inner child. Oh my god, look at this. Like, my inner child feels safe with you. That's the thing that came through with that message. That you guys can really connect on a very spiritual and mature level, but also on a very, like, very innocent, pure inner child type of level. Discipline. This person is definitely someone who has control over their shit. Like, I'm not saying that they always have their shit together, but this person definitely has done a lot of work. Like, they might have a lot of strong earth placements for sure. Like, not necessarily, but for some of you, this definitely will be like a very, very masculine energy with a lot of earth energy to them, or an earth rising even. Doesn't matter, but this is someone who knows when to say yes, when to say no, when to stop, when to go. That's what's coming to mind. Simplify it. That's what this person wants to do. Like, they know that there's no need to be real. Like, look at this. They just want to be real with you. But with the simplify, they know that there's no need to... I feel called to pull one more. But they know that there's no need to complicate things. Like, what they get is what they get. And what they see is what they see. What they feel is what they feel. Like, they don't need... It's like they've transcended overthinking. And this is not to say that they never overthink, that they never have anxiety. It's just that they're very, very in tune with their inner system. Very in tune with their inner system in the sense that they can recognize when they have a thought that is like an intuition, or when they have a thought that is an actual anxiety or fear-based type of thought. We have disorganized attachment, which is something that I feel like it was more about you. So you might want to look into that, or like attachment styles in general. Because that might be something that you're being called to acknowledge about this connection. But let's see what Moonology has to say about this situation. Oh, Moonology. What do you have to say about this connection for pile 3? This person is so freaking clear. Like, they know exactly what they want to say. They know exactly what they think. They know exactly what they feel. You see how decisively these cards come out. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. There's a full moon eclipse coming up. It's currently the 23rd of April as I'm filming, and I feel like at the end of April, April 2022, there will be a full moon eclipse, so that might be a significant time if you see it, like, short after I'm uploading this. If not, then that might have been a significant time in the past, or, you know, just take that as it resonates, if it resonates. Balance, spirituality, and practicality, full moon in Pisces. I feel like this is something that this person wants to do with you, and I don't feel like you're gonna... Look at this, you guys, come on. A win-win outcome is forecast. And again, I could not make this up, you guys. Communication is key, new moon in Gemini. Gemini season is coming up as well. We're currently in Taurus season. So, again, this could, like, you could be watching this soon after it comes out, and you will know if this applies. Just stay tuned for those times, I guess. And if not, just take those as they resonate. We have Gemini, Pisces, Libra, full moon in Libra. That has passed already. Full moon in Pisces has yet to come. And new moon in Gemini again will be soon. Full moon eclipse will also be soon-ish. I mean, if yeah, this is a timeless reading. It doesn't have to be literally in terms of times, but if they do apply, if you're like in time by watching this, then definitely keep an eye out on those times, because those might be relevant dates. Those might be relevant dates in which the 18 plus reading might be relevant for you guys as well. Oh my god, I'm so excited to get into that. But let's see what the Starseed Oracle has to say to you guys of pile 3. What do we have for pile 3, please? You guys might literally have already like planned your next meeting, and that's why these cards are flipped out so fast, so decisively for numerology. Star bathing, light body, crystal grid transmission activation. I'm getting like stargazing together, perhaps. Perhaps you will look at like the full moon eclipse together. Oh my god, that's so cute. Is it even during nighttime? I'm not even entirely sure. It should be, right? Yeah, it should be. Okay, I'm just gonna shut up now. Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. This is literally how this person feels about you. They want to protect you. They're loyal to you no matter what your connection looks like at this time. They feel safe and they feel so much trust between the two of you, and that's absolutely beautiful. And lastly, we have water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. I feel like this person they want you to take care of yourself. They really want you to take care of yourself, and if they're not allowed to take care of you, then they want you to take care of yourself. And if you're not able to take care of yourself, they want to take care of you. That's what I got with that card. Okay, pile 3, thank you so much for watching this reading. Definitely feel free to leave me a comment down below letting me know how this resonated, as it means absolutely everything to me to know how these resonate and how they land on the other side of the screen. Also, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. That really helps me with the algorithm, and I will see you in the extended in a minute. Or if you're leaving me here, that's totally fine. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.